Listen, Takumi, I'm just gonna say, I don't know what's real, what's not real. I don't know what's going on anymore. But what I do know is that you need help. Listen, I'll hold your hand, I'll take you over to the insane asylum, and we'll figure this out. Hell, maybe we can get you to a government facility where they'll, like, I don't know, experiment on you, because obviously there's some crazy shit going on with you. So, and we gotta weaponize it somehow. So, either or, just take your pick. I'll be there every step of the way. Because I am controlling you in some weird capacity. Really, I'm just controlling his delusions. Does that make me worse? And does that make me a terrible person? I don't know. Anyway, in the midst of a pitch black room, the pale light of a PC monitor cut through the darkness. Pictured on the screen was a Sarah screensaver from Bloodtoon, the animation. While there had been a girl by the name of Sakihata Rimi present in the container half a day prior. Oh, excuse me. The only figure that remained was the container's owner, Nishijo Takumi. It was already 5 a.m. Dude. In Takumi's daily life, he would play online games until dawn and then collapse onto the sofa once he could not keep his eyes open any longer. Even now, Takumi was asleep on the couch, twisted in a seemingly uncomfortable position. Now we're used to sleeping like this. He never used his bed for sleep. He did indeed have a proper bed, but it was already occupied by manga, CDs, and other random piled up media. Dude, fucking move it to the couch. He can never be bothered to tidy it up. So his bed had effectively been repurposed into his storeroom. Ever since then, he had utilized his 2-person sofa as his one and only place to sleep. Yep, I'm feeling that. A pained moan escaped from Takumi's lips. Perhaps he was having a nightmare. Oh no, not the music. Whenever it does the fucking main menu music. His entire body was perspiring, and his closed eyelids twitched and trembled. His expression was warped in agony, and he was tossing and turning so frequently he came very close to falling off the couch. Right before he did, however, his eyes suddenly and inexplicably shot open as he faced the ceiling. They were bloodshot, and his eyeballs were faintly convulsing. Jesus Christ. Still in that state, without blinking even a single time, he rose from the sofa. He slowly staggered toward the PC. Without sitting down, he moved the mouse as he stood before the desk. The screensaver disappeared, and his desktop showed itself. The pale light of the monitor shone on Takumi's face, illuminating his horrifyingly vacant expression. That's just how he looks. It's fine. His body swayed back and forth, and his mouth hung slightly ajar. Drool seeped down his chin. What is... His current state was a textbook example of sleepwalking. I was going to say, is this what's happening? Is that actually like a thing he's doing? I thought he wasn't. The delirious boy launched the web browser, then opened @channel. His movement itself was languid and slow, but he showed no hesitation in selecting a thread from the board related to NewGen. Then he went straight to this. The board listed a total of around 60 threads, and Takumi slowly opened each of them one by one. And then, with his eyes remained glued to the monitor, he began to type. Oh, God. He repeated this action for each and every thread. His posts were not particularly long, only housing a few characters each, but they all composed of the exact same sentence. Don't you fucking dare. God damn it. Motherfucker, and it's Shogun. So he is doing that. I honestly thought he wasn't. I just thought he was. Like, is it really would you count that as sleepwalking? I mean, it could be. Or is it something more than just sleepwalking? God damn it. I went to the hospital first thing in the next morning. Thank God. We need full examination. They hadn't confirmed it the last time I'd come here, but today they would definitely tell me I was normal. So yeah, obviously it's a thing only he would know, but for some reason the eyes are everywhere. Even on that one fucking body that we saw. Oh God, what is that even? Dr. Takashina would remember me. I'd tell him, "It's me, Nishijo. I was your patient until around 4 years ago." And then he'd tell me everything I needed to hear. I wasn't the crazy one. Definitely not. And it was the demon girl and Misumi-kun. They were the crazy ones. That was definitely what he was going to say. I don't... This hospital, I almost said this hotel. I was like, this is a shitty hotel, dude. God, this hospital opened at 8 in the morning, which was a little bit earlier than regular hospitals. That was the reason why I'd shown up right when it had opened. And yet, the seats in the lobby were already filled with countless middle-aged people or older. Listen, they're like me, dying. What the hell? Why? The hospital just opened. So why are there so many people? Don't you bastards know head starts are unfair? Bro, come on time like you're supposed to, assholes. As I continued to insult them in my mind, I had no choice but to wait. Hey, remember me? I was here not that long ago. About an hour had passed before I really started to regret not having made an appointment. You always gotta make an appointment! But right after I started thinking that, they called my name, and I was immediately relieved to know that I wouldn't have to wait as long as last week. Thank you, Jesus. We need help. Except the one waiting for me in the examination room wasn't Dr. Takashina, but some white-haired old man that I hadn't never seen before. Who the fuck are you?
Takashina sensei wa...
Noticing my confusion, the nurse standing right behind him, I think her name was Hazuki-san, gave an apologetic look.
Takashina sensei wa mou imasen.
Wait, what, huh? What do you mean? What? He what? Why'd you say it like that?
もういないというか、過労がたたって先週末に倒れてしまわれてね。今週はそれでずっと休みだよ。
Oh, poor man. He's working himself to death. What? This couldn't be happening. My one and only ally. Wait, had he really collapsed from fatigue?
陰謀だ。悪魔女の陰謀だ。
Here he goes. Takumi, please.
Nishijo-san?
Stop being a crazy person for 5 minutes. Oh God. I thought I saw the screen wibbly wobbling first. I'm losing my mind too. She had to have poisoned his food, or sent him a death threat to scare him into submission, or done some other horrible act to psychologically break him. What? This had to be the work of the demon girl. She was trying to isolate me from my ally so I'd be defenseless against her assault. I don't know, she seemed rather nice, to be honest with you. There was no way in hell I was going to let anyone other than Dr. Takashina examine me. So instead of getting a checkup, I ran away from the hospital. Why are you stupid? God damn it, dude. Okay, like I know, I understand his he's pissing me off. Just get back in the base. Remy's just in there chilling. That'd be great. Leaning on the fence at the edge of the roof. Well, that's dangerous. I blankly stared up at the sky. The skies of Shibuya were dim and lifeless. You'd have to be crazy to call them clear.
病院にはもう行かない方がいい。
Okay, that's a bad idea, but you know what? I ain't controlling you, kind of. The demon girl's net was tightening around me. Maybe I already had nowhere to run. Maybe the detectives I'd met yesterday were imposters. Maybe in reality, they had been the demon girl's underlings all along, and they'd just been testing me. Oh my god. That had to be it. The timing had just been way too perfect. The demon girl had broken into my room right after I talked to them, for fuck's sake. That's just a coincidence. I'm on Drimmy's side. Maybe we need a demon in our life. She was a demon after all. She wasn't human. Controlling and manipulating the human mind would be child's play for her. I had no evidence of that, though. But at the same time, I had no evidence proving she wasn't a demon, so you just assume she's a demon. I mean, we saw what we saw, but then in the shit, she wasn't even there. So, like, what's going on? What's with your brain? Which meant the only way to stay alive was to just assume the worst case scenario. Did I really have nobody on my side? Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, you got your sister, you got, I feel like in a weird way you have Yua still, you know. What about the girl with the dye sword that wants to kill me? Or, well, she didn't. Was it Senna? Senna's her name? Listen, I felt like everyone was against me. No matter where I looked, no matter who it was, all I saw was yet another one of the demon girl's underlings.
助けて。誰か助けてよ。
I'm trying. I'm giving you advice. Why didn't I have a single ally? Why wouldn't anyone come save me? Why did I only have to suffer so much? Dude, to be fair, his one ally is his sister, though. Like I said, like, come on. But you fucking hate her for some fucking reason. I felt more helpless than ever. I just wanted someone to support me. Someone who would protect me. Something that would protect me. I didn't care who it was, or just someone or something. Please grant me salvation. But, well, maybe if we acquire one of those dye swords. I know it pisses everyone off when I say that. I just love to do it. And then just as suddenly, Fez's, Kishimoto Ayase's face appeared in my mind. I remembered what she'd said to me when we'd met at school. I'd been lost in my own delusions at the time, but Misumi-kun told me what she'd said. Find a sword. If you do, you'll be granted salvation. See, there we go. I told you.
Ken.
We're fucking set. If this was a game, I'd be the protagonist. And there'd be a cliche story moment where I'd obtain the legendary sword and triumph over evil. Okay, this is... We're basically, at this point, I'd heard the word sword from like 2 different 3D girls recently, and in extremely close proximity at that. True. It happened like one after the other. There still remained the possibility that Fez was on my side. Yeah, I would say so. Maybe, perhaps. Girl B, however, I think her name was Senna. Even I said that. Had a pretty high chance of being one of the demon girl's underlings, judging by her attitude. I wouldn't say that. A sword.
剣だ。剣を手に入れるんだ。そうすれば。
Do we have our own dye sword? Because, like, it seems like those two had their own, like, sword. Where do we get them? I started talking to myself like I'd lost my mind. I was grasping at straws at this point. If I just get my hands on a sword, I might be freed from this nightmare. I couldn't help but hope for that. Oh, God, he's just further descending into madness. It wasn't that I believed that Fez said anything about it granting me salvation. I just had nothing else to cling to. At the very least, I should do some research. What can we, like... What is dye sword? Is it a sword that can kill me? Oh, Jesus. Well, I promptly tried searching for it online. I started off by checking to see if the swords Fez and Senna were carrying appeared in any anime, but I couldn't find anything, at least from the seasonals. I'd expected as much. Yeah, you would know. I always checked out the newest anime after all. Yeah, see? Considering there were upwards of 30 to 40 of them in one season, it'd really pile up on me if I tried to watch them all, so I just watched the first couple episodes and figure out which ones to keep following from there. I guess that makes sense. Naturally, since YouTube existed, I had no trouble completing my lineup from channels such as BS and CS. There was no way I'd overlooked any anime. Well, what if further down the line in one of them there's like a dai sword? You don't know. And those swords weren't in any of the shows I'd checked out. The swords both had extremely distinctive shapes, so if they showed up, I definitely would have remembered them. Although if someone other than myself had been controlling me when I saw it, then there was nothing I could do about it. Oh. Next, I tried searching for the swords themselves rather than the anime they might have appeared in. Dai sword. Yeah, get in there.
くそ、ほとんどがゲームの攻略サイトじゃんか。
Makes sense. Terms I knew well, such as ESO's Shangri-La Edge, kept popping up. I was making no progress. For fuck's sake, I was supposed to be able to find it quickly. I had a feeling that Senna had used a more concrete name for it, but what had it been? Dude, you can never forget Dai Sword, alright? It's just impossible. Remember, the nightmare won't end unless you remember. Well, just, yeah, look at it.
答えろ。見えるんだな。
Yes.
ディソードが。
See? There you go. Figured it out. Perfect.
ディソード。
No, Takumi. It's Dai Sword. Just a bit. That was it. She called it a Dai Sword. Okay, D Sword. Jesus Christ. I quickly typed it in and ran a search. Okay, let's see what we got here. It's gonna be like some conspiracy sites. Wait, what? The Swords of Light? What the fuck? I got hits. Only 2 of them though. Even so, I was already starting to think that those 2 links as my roads of salvation. Holding back my excitement, I clicked on the top one first. Amnesia? Wait, hold on a sec. Oh, god damn it, of course. Well, now we only have the little section that it was showing. Shit, the page was down. Damn it, what the hell? Okay, calm down. Go back and look at the cache. Okay, yeah. Alright. Oh. Okay, so it's literally just why is it called this? The page must the page had an illustration on it. Must have been a recreation based on how the sword was described in various books. Let's see.
元ネタは伝承か。
See, the unique invisibility. Seemingly one of the sharp slice because the opponent's arm to be severed. There's a lot of crazy shit going on here. That's not what it looks like.
セナって女が持ってたのに比べると、こっちは随分地味だな。
Well, listen, we're dealing with real legends come to life. Why did it have such a... Why did it have to be such a niche sword to begin with? I mean, why couldn't it have been like Excalibur or Kusanagi? You know, swords that were actually a big deal? Dude, I feel like these are big deals. No, this wasn't a time to piss and moan. Niche or mainstream, I didn't care as long as it could save me. I decided to research it a bit more. Okay, we got the second link. Continuing, I click the second link. It's going to be down again. The words, I bought a dai sword, caught my eye specifically. Were dai swords something you could buy? Maybe like replicas. See, I can't, the shady stuff. Dude, it's all bullshit. The blog owner seemed to be male, so I could deduce that it couldn't be the demon girl or Senna. Let's see, I give you the swords. Yeah, you couldn't scratch that itch. There used to be a bunch of shady stuff. What is this guy? And the energy shown in the writing was way too different from Shogun's. Yeah, us. Was he completely unrelated third party, or could he have deliberately changed his writing style? What the fuck? I knew that no answer would come to me, no matter how much I thought about it. So I gave up and stopped looking at the blog. He just gives up. Or no, wait, stop. Wait. Okay. More importantly, it seemed like the story mentioned Town Vanguard was located in Shibuya. Ooh. Okay, we do have the name of the store. I had a feeling that it was too good to be true, but I also had the feeling that it was predestined too. Looking at it from another angle, maybe the exact reason I'd run into a girl holding a dai sword in the middle of Shibuya twice was because the store was located there. Wait, wasn't underground stuff like this supposed to be secretly popular among a few minority groups in Shibuya? Pretty sure it was. Well, we're gonna go there, and it's gonna be a fucking disaster. Anyway, I went ahead and ran a search for Town Vanguard. It didn't seem to have an official site, but I did find a preview image of it on an online map. Oh no, it's gonna look all shady. If they didn't have an official site, that probably meant they didn't take online orders. Dude, nah, you gotta go straight in there. I tried searching for them as a seller on Taboo auctions, but I didn't find anything. Which meant that I would have to go to the store in person. Gross. I really didn't want to go outside, but...
剣は手に入れなくちゃ。手に入れないとダメなんだ。
He has... You know, he might have fully lost his mind. Or perhaps he's the most sane one here. I had now come to think of the sword as my sole only means of opposing the demon girl. Well, that might also mean... What if you just start fucking slicing at Remy, and what if she has actually done nothing wrong? Then it's all fucked. I didn't have any idea what I would actually do after I got it, though. I certainly wasn't brave enough to kill her with it, not even close. Even so, I had hope that if I got my hands on a sword, I would be released somewhat from the terror that was tormenting me. The dai sword would be my protective charm, something I could depend on. There was something strangely alluring about that sword. Oh, Lord. Who's there? Go on, get out! Or is it just us leaving? Okay. I just thought it was like someone intruding upon us. Oh, Jesus. What does that sign say? God has dangerous... Wait, God... I almost said God has dangerous curry. He might. Dude, my eyes are bad. I can't fucking see shit. It seemed like the store was located somewhere near Cat Street. Dude, I want to go to Cat Street. Cat Street was a long winding road next to Meiji Dori that ran from Shibuya to Harajuku. Apparently it had been built on top of an old stream that had been reclaimed a while back. There were a bunch of reasons as to why people started calling it Cat Street, such as it being frequented by feral cats. Oh no. Or that it was so narrow that only cats could use it, but it wasn't like it made a difference to me either way. Cat Street was pretty far away from my base. It was about 15 to 20 minutes to get there on foot. It'd be much faster by bike, but unfortunately, I didn't have one. Where are we going to put a bike? On the outside? No, that's crazy talk. I decided to take a route that went past the front of the train station, then through Shoto via cutting through Miyashita Park. Oh my god. Quickening my pace a bit, I crossed the overpass that went over Meiji Dori. Alright. Ah, perfect. Whew, finally arrived. I was starting to get real impatient. The sheer distance was pissing me off. I'm like that. I get mad whenever I have to traverse a long distance. Cat Street was nice and quiet compared to Center Guy, and it felt more like Harajuku than Shibuya. The stores lining the streets were only aimed at trend chasers. I wanted nothing to do with them. Fuck them. Yeah, fuck them. Knowing how out of place I was just made me all the more pissed off. It was complete foreign territory. Every last one of the assholes around me thought they were so damn cool. They're cooler than us! Anyone is, really. There were even couples sauntering around in the shopping district. Wow, how dare they? I hate them. Whatever. They were probably just a bunch of broke shitheads trying to pretend they had money. so they were likely just window shopping. Lamau, waste of space. Bro, calm down, alright? I was starting to regret coming here at all. But I reminded myself that all the suffering would be worth it once I got a sword, so I just sucked it up and kept walking. In order to avoid making eye contact with anyone, I kept my eyes firmly trained on my map as I speed walked toward my destination. We probably look like a goddamn truly insane person. I mean, he already does, right? Like, Takumi, when you see him, he literally looks like a crazy person. But, like, I mean even more so. Like, Jesus. Oh. Town Vanguard was deep into a narrow side road that split off from Cat Street.
ここか。
Even though I'd only gone one side street away from the main road, the atmosphere changed dramatically. Uh-oh. It was a narrow, cramped, filthy alley that no car could travel through. Perfect for my death. The street was lined with wooden houses, out-of-business stores with closed shutters, and the inevitable spray-painted graffiti that covered said shutters. Despite how nice it looked from the outside with all its high-class name-brand stores, Cat Street was nothing more than a superficial facade. And behind that facade lay a whole host of broken-down, mercilessly discarded junk heaps. Yeah, keep that shit, like, you know, we have this nice street, and then we got this street, and we just keep it all over there. Then again, I couldn't stand the place either way. Both the bullshit and the truth were foreign territory for me. The only home for me was ESO. Even for the back streets, though, Town Vanguard had a even smaller, darker atmosphere than I was expecting. Bro, you're gonna buy a sword. What do you expect? I was finally starting to get why the blogger had called it shady. Even though an open sign was hanging on the door, it didn't exactly look like business was booming. And that was being generous. Thanks to that, it was extremely hard to convince myself to go in. How was I, a guy who couldn't even go into a gyudon shop by himself, supposed to enter a sketchy-ass store like this? Just go on, get in there, Jesus. I wanted to go home. No, I needed to get my hands on a sword no matter what. What should I do? Maybe we need emotional support. I spent a little while trying and failing to get myself to go in. Oh my God. He's like outside. He's like about to step in, and then he like, no, I can't. I gotta go in. But I can't. Not a single person came through the cramped alley. I'd already spent 30 minutes waffling over what to do, but I still hadn't seen a single soul since I'd gone off the road. Oh my God. All that happened was I would finally decide to suck it up and go in. But then I would realize I wasn't brave enough. Repeat ad nauseum. But I couldn't go home empty-handed. This was the only place I could get my hands on a dye sword. Even though my sense of reason told me that, my instincts made me hesitate to enter the shop. Stop being a bitch and just walk in. Jesus. I get it. I understand. But stop it. I'm like the little devil on his shoulder. Just go on, get. In my mind, I had a delusion where the clerk came out to me. Ooh, that'd be perfect, actually. Of course, she was a cute maid. You wish. And she talked to me with a voice straight out of an anime. She knew exactly what I wanted, and she held the dye sword out to me, friendly as could be. Here you are, please take this sword, master. Okay, that's enough. Chill out, me. Why is he like this? It's fun shitting on Takumi, but, like, you know, it is what it is. Just as I was thinking how much nicer it'd be if things turned out that way, a lone 3D girl appeared from within the store. Uh-oh. Almost like she'd somehow heard my thoughts. However, unlike my delusion, she was wearing disgustingly gaudy clothes. The type that made you think, what Indian tribe did you steal those from? Wow! But at the same time, despite the getup, she looked absolutely miserable. Talk about whiplash. Her hair was incredibly frizzy to the point where it looked like her head had exploded. and creepy patterns were scrawled on the bandana she had twisted around it. She said that she was a store worker and had come out after seeing me pacing around. We're a very dangerous individual. My delusion hadn't exactly become reality, but it wasn't like I had expected it to. Yeah, well, not like we have that power or anything. Don't worry about it. Before I knew what was happening, the clerk forcibly showed me inside. Uh-oh. Despite how reluctant I was to do so, I didn't have a chance to turn her down. I want to see what the inside of this looks like. Oh, I don't like it already. Wait, this kind of looks like the one of the Persona 4 shops. In the end, I found myself inside the store. It was all well and good that I'd cleared the most difficult obstacle, but dude, I could buy a full knight suit of armor? That'll protect us for sure. Fuck the dye sword. Actually, get both, to be honest. If this store was under the demon girl's control, and everything about the dye sword was just an elaborate trap to lure me to it, I wouldn't be allowed to complain if I got killed right here. Nah, the suit will protect us. My eyes darted around the store's dim interior. There wasn't a single customer. The air was awfully stagnant and slightly hazy. Why? The unpleasant odor of tobacco and mold mixed together and invaded my nostrils. Yeah, that would do it. I felt like I was going to be sick if I stayed here for more than 5 minutes. Though I saw things that looked like products, it was difficult to judge whether or not they were actually on sale. All of them had been placed haphazardly, and there was no way to distinguish them from just plain old garbage. Everything in here's a treasure, you son of a bitch! And it didn't help that not a single one of them had a price tag. They just say sale on it. That's how they get you. Wait, is this a store? Can we haggle? Bro, hold on. I didn't notice it until I'd come in, but there were a whole lot of porn and diddly toys. Oh no. Let's not go over there. I'd have to censor all that. Among them were devices you'd see in, oh boy, and humiliation type at OK. And I had no idea where to find a safe place to look. This store must have been a variety shop for adults or something. Where's the sword? After forcing me into the store, the clerk sat down on a stool behind the counter, then proceeded to zone out as she smoked. She showed no indication that she was going to continue meddling with me. She puts you in the store and is just like, all right, take a look around. She was probably a partial source of the haze in here. No, you think? Even though it had been less than a minute since I'd come in, anxiety, a weird sense of pressure, and the embarrassment all combined with how sick I was feeling from in the form of a disgusting sweat seeping out of my forehead. And that sweat is mixing with the bullshit in the store. God, I'm slimy. I wanted to get out of this otherworldly place as soon as possible. I had to hurry up and find a dye sword quick. I walked toward the back as I looked throughout the store. I soon found the fantasy weapons section, which had been mentioned in the blog I'd found. This corner of the store was the only one that stood out to me. Numerous pole-shaped toys were neatly displayed. All the toys were tubes of some sort. They were different colors, but pretty much all of them were lightsabers. Ah, sweet! You could tell pretty easily from how shoddy they were that they were all bootleg. I doubt would even glow. What, do you expect real lightsabers? Damn, that'd be cool. Then that would keep us safe. It seemed like the light shuriken talked about in the blog was sold out, which surprised me. Yet, mixed with the lightsabers was a single item that was clearly different from the rest. Ooh. Oh, so it looks literally like the picture that we saw on the thingy, in the site, the fucking cache. It only took one look for me to know it was a dye sword. It looked almost exactly like the illustration I'd seen online. I went to pick it up. It was unexpectedly light. I wondered what it was made out of, but it definitely seemed like some sort of soft vinyl. It wasn't sharp at all. Well, we could fix that. The edges were slippery and natural. It didn't hurt me in the slightest when I ran my fingers across it. Ah, this'll do the job. Compared to the one Senna and Fez had, it was badly designed. Had no sense of weight, and above all, it didn't give me the sense that it would sever anything with just the slightest touch. Could it be a fake? Wow, I would never expect that from the store like this. That worried me, but there wasn't anything else in the store that resembled a dye sword. Would this even give off light at all? The dye sword Fez had swung around at her show had pieces of glass embedded in it that gave off a blue light and looked extremely badass. And I got this! But I didn't see a single shard of glass in the sword I was holding. Maybe I shouldn't buy it. The dye sword was so shoddily made that I couldn't help but come to that conclusion, despite how long it had taken me to get here. But yeah, we got to do it. Find the sword. If you do, you'll be granted salvation. Oh, God. Maybe if we buy it, it'll like transform into an actual dye sword. I remembered Fez's words. Right. If I didn't buy it right here and now, I'd lose my only chance of getting my hands on a dye sword. Maybe it only looked cheap, but once it recognized me as its true master, an incredible power would manifest within. Or maybe I'd seen too much anime, or read too many manga. Nah, couldn't possibly. But I had sensed that exact kind of unknown power in Senna and Fez's swords. So this sword should have it too, but what to do? We came all the way here, just do it. While my internal debate raged on, the clerk came up and stood right behind me without me noticing. That's not scary at all. With a melancholic smirk, she pointed at the dye sword and muttered, 10,000 yen, and I'll throw in a free bonus. Free bonus? Oh, wait, hold up. $100? Who do you think I am? How absurdly cheap it was made me doubt my own ears at first. $100? That ain't cheap. Maybe it's just because I'm frugal. I had amassed quite a bit of cash from RMT. Of course. And if it was only 10,000 yen, I could buy it simply by sacrificing a single figure. We can't do that. When I'd heard the price, and when I'd realized that it was the last one they left, or they had left, I'd come to an immediate decision. The bonus that come with it was a cheap-looking bangle. To be frank, I didn't want it in the slightest. But what if it's, like, connected to the dye sword? So, like, we need it to unlock its true potential, or some shit. Listen. Everything after that was hell. Town Vanguard didn't do deliveries, so my only option was to lug it home myself. You said it was surprisingly light. Calm down. Toy or not, my excitement died instantly when I realized I'd have to carry the stupidly long sword right through the heart of Shibuya. It's fine, but I'd already paid for it, and the clerk adamantly refused to let me return it. He tried to return it. This fucking guy, I swear to God. This was really a really intense form of humiliation roleplay. Someone's gonna see us and saunter up to us, and then we'll have to deal with somebody having to haul a huge toy like this down a fancy street. Just as I'd come to expect, the DQN couples, dolled up grills, and whatever other manner of sheep that passed me by all had those exact same mocking smiles. Damn it! Every last one of you should just... Jesus Christ! I focused intently on keeping my head down for the rest of the way home, despite having delusions all the way about swinging my newly bought dye sword at the innocent people in the middle of the road, viciously slaughtering piles and piles of them. Okay, to be fair, I'm sure many of us have those kind of delusions, but we don't. Luckily, we don't act on them, you know? It's just, but like his delusions, like they could come real, so it's like scary. Jesus Christ. Arrest that man, shoot him on sight, like just destroy him. Perfect, finally home. Oh, I finally made it back. I'd started running when I was about halfway home, and I didn't stop until I got there, so I was gasping for air at the time I'd reached my base. The ice-cold stares from the pedestrians were killing me. It was somewhat impressive that Senna was able to endure this kind of embarrassment all the time. Well, she doesn't because no one else can see the sword. In a way, I even respected her for it. I could never do what she did. What the shit kind of... Oh, God. Is someone in my room? Suddenly, a sound came from a blind spot in the shadow of my base. Kill him! Get him! Go on, get! Was someone there? Freezing in my tracks, I gulped. The pure white smile of the demon girl who called herself Remy appeared in my mind. Maybe she'd come back. Maybe this time she'd kill me for real. What should I do? Should I run? He says he's even armed and he's like, I gotta run. I'm scared. I sensed a presence. The light of the sun etched someone's shadow onto the ground. One that I knew without a shadow of doubt had to be female. I don't think it's Remy. It's probably it's probably Nanami or some stupid shit. I immediately readied my dai sword. When I actually tried holding it like that, though, it felt even less reliable than I'd expected it to. God. Senna's sword felt incredibly intimidating, and it had this sense of overwhelming pressure that wouldn't allow anyone to get near it. But the dai sword I was holding didn't feel like that at all. Maybe it really was a fake. Could I really fight with something like this? You can fight with anything, dude. There was no way. Even if I had a real one, I still couldn't do it. Not only that, but I hadn't realized how heavy it was until I first started holding it just now. Maybe I was holding it wrong. In any case, it would be impossible to swing it like this. We have no muscle, dude. That's the problem. You got your muscle atrophy and shit. Like it's not a good thing. The shadow suddenly wavered. It was approaching me. Ah! He collapses onto the ground. I shut my eyes tight and haphazardly swung the sword in front of me. I knew I wouldn't be able to defeat my enemy this way. Even so, I had the faint hope that as long as I had this sword, it'd somehow do something anyway. But I didn't feel it hit anything, nor did my enemy make a sound. I couldn't believe it. Could that single strike of mine have utterly annihilated the demon girl? If so, that'd be the best shit to ever happen.
鬼、その剣何？
Of course. See, I told you. You almost killed your sister. Way to go. When I opened my eyes, the one standing there wasn't the demon girl, but rather Nanami. She was looking at me with unmistakably judgmental eyes. What? Now you look even stupider. All my strength disappeared instantly, and I dropped to the ground right where I'd been standing. He is very scared like all the time now, so you gotta be careful. She was the worst little sister ever. Didn't she know how shitty it was to scare her own older brother like this, let alone enjoy it? Who the hell did she think she was? This was exactly why 3D would always pale in comparison to 2D. Bro, she did nothing. Calm yourself.
別に脅かしてないよ。いつもみたいにお兄の生存確認しに来てあげたんじゃん。なのに、いないんだもん。
See?
なんでナナが30分もお兄のこと心配しながら待ってなくちゃいけないわけ？ナナの貴重な時間が無駄に消えてっちゃったじゃん。お兄のバカ。
Because I had to stumble around outside the store for 30 minutes. Worried? This bitch was worried about me? As if I would ever fall for such an obvious, like, oh my god, you're the worst when it comes to your sister. Like, god damn it.
で、どこ行ってたの？出かけるなんて珍しいじゃん。携帯にかけても繋がんないし。
Oh, fuck. I'd left my phone behind at base. It wasn't like anyone was gonna call me while I was out, so no point in bringing it. What if the cops called?
そもそも、その剣何なの？
I need it.
もしかして買ってきたの？
Nanami peered curiously at the sword.
あ、わかった。アニメのおもちゃかなんかでしょ？ほんと、お兄ってオタクさんだね。
Yes. Anime toy.
しかもこのおもちゃちっとも似合ってないよ。
Yeah, thanks.
さっきだってへっぴり腰で構えちゃってて思い出したら笑えてきた。
Yeah, give him shit. Give it to him. Ignoring Nanami, I undid the lock on the door to the container house and made my way inside.
ちょっと無視すんな。
帰れ。
Can't you see we're alive? If only barely. If she'd just come to check if I was alive, then she got what she wanted, and she no longer had any reason to be here. She was always making fun of me, and every time she came over, she would do nothing but complain. That's because you're you! Look at you! If she really was put off that by being here, then she didn't have to come at all. It was annoying anyway. It'd be no skin off my back if she stopped.
あのね、わざわざ様子見に来てあげてんだから、もっとありがたがってよ。
Nope.
せっかくお土産まで持ってきたのに。
Oh, you did what now? Her voice was as whiny as could be, and she pursed her
お
lips.
土産？
そう、お母さんが持ってけって。ほら。
Ooh, hold on. Nanami handed me a bag of clementines. Ooh, there were about 10 of them, wrapped up in red netting. What? You irritated by them? Weird. Something's fishy here. I'd eat clementines if they were right in front of me, but they weren't my favorite food or anything.
というわけで、ナナもちょっと一服したいから一緒に食べてあげる。
帰れ。
もう妹がお土産持ってきて、しかも一緒に食べてあげるって言ってるんだよ。もっと喜びなよ。
Maybe I'm just maybe I'm just on her side, but he's like the worst. Cause like she's not even like that bad. Like it's just, what exactly about eating clementines with Nanami was supposed to make me feel happy at all? And besides, it was obvious that she just want to eat clementines, and that was the whole reason why she'd come here. You're damn right. She'd been a fat ass ever since we were little. Wow. Often stealing my portion to add to hers. I couldn't count the amount of times we'd fought over that. Well, you ain't eating. Fuck. Nanami, unable to take the hint, waltzed right into my base. I gave up and followed in after her.
お茶ある？あったかいのがいいな。
Nope, no tea. I have nothing. Why the hell would I have tea? I only drink Coke and nothing else. You want a soda? Nanami sat down on the sofa and grabbed a clementine. Sighing, I set down the die sword so it'd lean against my computer desk. I had no reason to continue carrying the bangle in my pocket, so I just chucked it somewhere behind me. Dude, we're gonna need that!
あれ？それ何？
We're gonna need it. Good call, Nanami. You picked up on it. Quickly spotting the bangle I'd thrown on the floor, Nanami went to pick it up. Good. Oh
へ
yeah.
え、かわいいバングルじ
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna need this.
ゃん。これも買ってきたの？お兄にしてはいいセンス。
Ha! Cute. How? The thing was nothing more than a piece of junk you'd get for 500 yen at worst. I couldn't even believe how bad Nanami's taste was. Ignoring her once again, I nabbed one of the clementines and sat down in front of my
ねえ
PC.
ねえ、なんでこれ捨てちゃうの？
だっていらないし。
We didn't throw it away, we just threw it on the ground.
ふーん。じゃあさ、これナナにちょうだい。
Oh, okay.
はあ？
I think it's a good thing she's doing this. We're definitely gonna need it later. Or she's gonna need it later, and it's gonna come in handy.
いいじゃん。どうせ捨てるならさ。
I mean, look at they wouldn't do like a full CG or for nothing.
たまにはお兄ちゃんらしく妹にプレゼントの一つでもしてよ。
Never. You call it a present, but it's just something I don't want that you suddenly decided to appropriate.
勝手に持ってけば。
本当？やったー。
I got it for free anyway. Oh hey, let's see. It even looks nice on you. Literal walking PMS. As soon as she'd gotten my approval, she put the bangle on her wrist. Takes a cheap whore to get this excited about a cheap piece of junk. God, he is just... Oh God. Like, your sister's like the only one who's like actually on your side. I need to...
お兄どう似合う
I think it fits.
全然
Wow.
あそうお兄のバーカ
Yeah, give it to him. It was supposed to be a present, so why was she treating me like this? 'Cause you're an asshole. Little sisters weren't supposed to call their brothers mean names. You called her a whore. In your brain. Like, what were they teaching girls nowadays? Go play 100 at OK this instant. Oh, don't curse that upon her.
バーカ
Yeah. I know so many people are getting hoozles from that. She was grinning from ear to ear. I, meanwhile, was extremely pissed off.
これ気に入っちゃったからもう返さないもんね
Good.
っていうかお兄からプレゼントもらうなんて初めてのような気がする
It's because it was free.
しょうがないから大事にしてあげるよ
Oh, see, look at that. As if I cared. No one asked if you No one asked you to take care of it. I didn't even get it for you in the first place.
もう用は済んだんだから帰れ僕は暇じゃないんだ邪魔するな
She didn't get her clementine. You son of a bitch.
うん
The moment I said that, Nanami pursed her lips.
そんな言い方しなくてもいいじゃんそれにみかんまだ食べてないしお茶もまだ出してもらってないよ
I have
おめえに飲ませるお茶はね
I have Coke. Drink a soda.
うんか
You expect me to just put tea in my little shit fridge? Like, god damn it. Nanami glared at me intently, hands on her hips. Before long, her eyes started welling up, and then...
分かったよそんなに邪魔なら帰る
Oh,
あ
that's
あ
them.
さっさと頼む
Is that them crocodile tears I hear so much about?
お兄のバカお兄なんてみかんの皮で目つぶし食らって失明しちゃ
Yeah, you tell
えあ
him.
とバングルは返さないかんねバカ
What if I'm like literally about to die though? Wait, no. Nanami, please! I might need that! Oh, and she's gone. Like, we're like in a life or death situation where we need the bangle. And like, she like looks down at it, looks back at us, and is like, I don't know. I said I would never give it back. Yelling in a migraine-inducing voice that resounded throughout the room, Nanami grabbed her bag and ran out with insane speed. Oh, thank God. It was finally over. Hanging out with Nanami always took everything out of me. Why did she insist on coming here every week when I'd made it clear I was sick of it? Read the room, for fuck's sake. You are lit. Oh, no. Oh, I thought... Oh, what the shit? Oh, no.
ファーストメルトは期待以上の結果に終わりました。
I can't right now. I gotta wait till next time or this. Like, god damn it, dude. It's just one thing after another.